But what we're looking at that's really different is, again, we're involving much more heavily ML in the process. And this is something that after that initial upfront investment, again, think like a startup where after you put that initial investment in, it pays out dividends down the road. For example, if we partner, with other projects or we look into more launchpad capabilities, this is a service that we can offer them. We can help them with creating NFTs for their projects. So I won't go into that more, but I'll leave it off there. But I just want to mention that on timeline.
In short, I think the focus here needs to be, guys, that these are processes that are running in parallel on the backside here. But we're going to be able to turn around results quicker with Chungus Finance than the NFTs. And really that comes down to, as Taco said, as Polygon said, the quality of the product we want to churn out. We are trying to be a premium token on Binance Smart. We need to have the NFTs to back that and substantiate our claim to the meme coin premium throne. In other news, I know a lot of people are concerned with listings and exposure. Want to really appreciate everybody who's been doing their part on Reddit. Really appreciate all the mods and the exposure we've gotten. But just a couple of things. We are on Meme Gecko. We are on CC. We need your votes on that stuff. We are applied for CoinGecko. We are applied for CoinMarketCap. Ether Authority is going to be completing our audit within the next week. We do have a lot of stuff rolling. I do want to turn it over to Doge because he's got a couple exciting things to talk about on the marketing and outreach front. And then we'll circle back for a couple of closing comments with any of the other dev team members, and then we'll move into the AMA portion. So I'll give you the floor, Doge.
Thank you very much, Crip. Hey, everybody. So the biggest announcement I have is that starting within a few days and running for about a full month, we're going to do a subscription drive. It's going to be through gleam.io, and essentially it's a giveaway. So we'll have several $100s worth of BCC as the prize, various prizes that you can win. And basically how it works is that there's a checklist, and you get one entry into the contest for every social media platform you subscribe to. So if you subscribe to our subreddit, our Twitter, if you join the Telegram, all those things will give you one additional entry into the contest. And what's cool is if you already are subscribing to all those things, you can just confirm that you are and get your entries as well. So I come from a music background, and I used to do these things all the time to try to win like free music gear and music software, because I don't know, it's kind of like an addiction if you're in that world. And so it was one of the first things I thought of for like how we could get folks that, like, maybe you're on the fence, to make sure that they're actually in the Telegram, actually following the Twitter, because our engagement is crazy. Like, for instance, on the Twitter, I know of some projects that their market cap is 10 times more, that supposedly their Twitter following is 100 times more, but they only get twice as many likes as us, because everything we've done is organic by really engaged real people. Like, it's not bots, it's not fake stuff. So getting more real people, like the people on this chat tonight, the kinds of folks that can be mods, the kinds of folks that buy the dip, that's how we're going to have that solidity, keep that momentum for when we grow and keep bringing in new people on the next pump, whenever it might be. But I'm really proud of everyone, how resilient we've been through this correction. And I just think that speaks to the quality of the community and the quality of the project, because our chart looks a lot better than a lot of other charts. And that's all I have to say about that.
Thanks, Doge. Hey, Pat, I know that you've been real busy with work, so I'm not trying to put you on the spot. But I didn't know if before we moved to closing notes and move to AMA, did you have anything on your end you wanted to pop in with?
Hey, everybody. Sorry, I've been slightly absent as a meme officer, but I'm very proud of all of the homegrown organic memes I've seen out there, and the rewards have been sent out to those who have sent me their wallet address. So I would like to just quickly announce anybody. I'll do is scroll and see if anybody on the call is one of the winners. But if you are not, go ahead and do your best meme, put it in the chat, and we'll let you guys know when we're picking the next round.
Sounds awesome. Does anybody else on the steering committee have any input or any closing thoughts before we move into AMA? Polly, Tacos, Doge, everybody good?
I'll wait for the questions.
good.
I could talk for another half hour, but you guys should cut me off.
We do love us some big Chungus, man. I understand. All right, so I guess we're going to open up for the AMAs. We didn't do a hand raise setup on the voice chat, so we are going to ask everybody to try their best not to override each other, and we'll make sure we get to all of you. So I guess whoever would like to speak up first, that would be great.
Yeah, if no one is jumping in, I can. Yeah, I mean, I can also talk a little bit more about the business model. Yeah, just I mean, a couple comments on that is, I mean, this is something that I'm very excited about, and I think if you compare to some other projects, where they are in their life cycle, where they are in their market cap, and you look at kind of what they've accomplished, there's a lot of promises out there. There's a lot of possibilities, because as long as that's all it is, as long as it's always down the road, there's really no way to quantify it. So I think if you look at what we have coming up, where we're pushing actual use cases as an actual way to generate revenue and distribute that to holders, I think that's huge. So, and that's in addition to our tokenomics, our deflationary tokenomics, the whole meme thing we have going on, the marketing, which, by the way, again, we've been holding off on a couple things. Still have a TikTok video coming out, talking with other marketing partners. And a few of them we're also really excited about, but we've been saying, hey, let's hold on for a second. The whole market's down. Does it make sense to really do that push while everything's down? Or do we kind of wait for things to rebound a little bit, wait until we have this beta out, people hit the site and they say, oh, that's a nice site. I like Chungus. But they look and they see, wow, Chungus Finance, that's a whole other angle. And if you guys are familiar with, the finance projects that actually innovate, that deliver value, then you know that we're very undervalued right now. So this is a great hold. Again, think about some other projects you've been involved with or other ones that have done well. And I would say just compare, as you see, over the next week, over the next couple weeks, in terms of what we're delivering, just compare to some other projects. And, the marketing will come. Like I said, we've been holding off part of it or on some of it intentionally. And we're going to make a bigger push soon. And I think also as people find out, there's going to be a lot of organic growth as well. And one more thing, in addition to the actual revenue model in this, the other thing is it's just organic traffic. So we've been looking at some models based on traffic to see, okay, what would revenue potentially look like. I'm not going to share any of that now. We may decide to do that at a future date. I think most likely we will not, though. We will just announce what the current numbers are. But if you think about it also just in terms, like, we're only talking about literally if there was no upside, right? Like, we're talking about, buying a real estate asset that's not even expected to appreciate. It's just going to, as a rental, it's going to make you revenue, right? But you add that into the fact that we're also planning on this growing, and you have a revenue generating asset that also has a lot of upside in price. So yeah, I'm really excited about what we're doing, especially when you look at some of the peers and really compare us in our models.
Hey, this is Doge again. I'm just going to jump in real quick. My big ask for everyone is that you do those small, daily, repeatable actions that seem small at the moment, but they compound and they grow and they snowball, especially if many of us are doing them. So things like when I post about the Reddit, make sure you head over there and upvote all the posts and comments. Maybe leave a comment yourself. Follow the Twitter and like the tweets if you haven't already. All those things just keep building on themselves. And then when this chart picks up and we're showing green, 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 it's just going to accelerate from there.
Thanks, Doge. Come on, guys. Give us some tough questions.
Do we have or is there an emblem for the coin?
Great question. So when you submit the listings, you give a link on your website, and we will be updating that. Right now, it's just a placeholder, but we were just having the discussion today. Do we go with more of the kind of cartoon emblem, or do we want to commission something that's basically like a coin, to copy, for example, Bitcoin, and we have BCC on it? Or do we want to have the logo on the coin, or do we want to stick with kind of our current logo for consistency? Do you have any thoughts on that? Or anyone would like to weigh in?
I kind of like the idea of the Bitcoin looking version, like an actual coin, but if it would be like a hybrid, still have a cartoon look feel to it,
For sure, yeah. I've also been thinking that might be the way to go. Yeah, great question. And if anyone else has an opinion, throw it out there. Or next question.
Got a couple of questions on the staking there.
Sure.
Will you guys, as the team, be staking? One. Also, I wanted to ask about your own personal wallets. Are you in a lock-in, or are your wallets open?
Are our wallets locked?
Yeah, are they locked for set time periods? I don't know. Some dev teams have their personal wallets locked. So this is a question I'm asking for you guys.
I think the rest of the team, is anyone on the team have their wallet locked? I do not.
No, because we just bought our stakes on the open market just like everybody else, and I think even a lot of us on the team have just been buying dips for so long too. So we didn't come into this in any different scenario than anyone else who owns anything. I think, as many of you know, we're not getting paid for our roles, no matter how much we contribute or how many hours we're putting in, and everything we own, we just bought on PancakeSwap.
I think sometimes the dev wallet, or marketing will be locked, and we can discuss that more about the marketing wallet. We don't have a dev wallet. And yeah, like Doge said, our personal wallets, no, we've just bought in at various time points, not locked. None of us also has sold anything, and our price targets are much, much higher. We're not planning to sell. And again, this is a long-term project for us. I know we keep repeating that, but basically hell or high water, we're holding this and we're working on it long-term. There's so much that we have that we're planning for this, and we hope that everything turns around quickly here. Worst case, if there's a lag, if it takes a little bit longer to turn around, all of that does is it gives us even more time to develop an awesome set of tools, to develop great NFTs, so that when things do pick up, which they invariably will with the BSC ecosystem, we're hitting the ground running, and we're going to be arguably better than some of the big players right now.
No, that answered my question. Good. One more thing. Will you be staking? As you know, I've done my little bit what I can on my phone. I don't do computers, I do my editing, but it looks like I'm gonna have to buy one when we get up the market. Will you be staking?
Liquidity? You mean with liquidity?
No, will you be staking any of your tokens?
So with the whole staking thing, right now there's a few forms of staking, or there will be a few forms. Currently, everyone is technically no one is staking right now, but everyone is getting auto rewards.